In this video, you are going to learn how to find principal using the simple interest formula. Before we go into the example, you need to know what we mean by the word principal. Principal, as it relates to math, is the amount that initially borrowed from the bank or invested. So principal basically is the money borrowed from the bank or money invested. Using this example on the screen, I am going to demonstrate how to find the principal using the simple interest formula. The example reads, Jake opened a savings account that earns 1.5% interest. Jake estimates that assuming he neither adds to nor withdraws from his account, he will earn $240 in interest after 10 years. How much did Jake deposit when he opened the account? So basically what this is asking, what is a principal? The principal here is the money that he deposited at the beginning when he opened the account. Given the interest rate, the interest, and the number of years, what is the principal? How can we find the principal? So as we said, we are going to use the simple interest formula. The formula says I equals to P times R times T. I in this represents the interest, which is equals to the principal times the rate times the time. In using this formula, first, always write down your information. Write down what you are given in the problem so it is easier for you to see what you are finding. Interest. What is the interest given? So based on what the question is saying, the problem is saying the $240 was the interest that he earned after 10 years. P is the principal. We don't know. That's what we are finding. We're finding the amount of money that he deposited when he opened the account. R is the interest rate or rate, which is 1.5%. And normally we convert that to decimal by dividing by 100. If I divide this by 100, I am going to get 0.015. Time is in years, which is 10. Remember, simple interest is calculated using years. If you are not given the years in the problem, if you are given months, you need to convert those months to years, all right? Now that we have this information, we are going to substitute them in the formula by removing these letters and replacing them with these values. I am going to rewrite back our formula here. I equals, because I just want you to see clearly what I am doing. I, as we said before, is the interest. Anywhere I see I replace it with 240 because I know what my interest is. So I don't need to have I there. Equals to P. I don't know what is P. So I'm going to write back the P here. Times R. I know what is my R, which is the interest rate, which is 0.015. And the time, I know the time because the time here is 10 years as stated in the question. So now that I substitute all of those values that I have in the equation, we are now going to simplify the right-hand side here so we can try and find P. 10 times 0.015 is going to be 0.15 times P is going to be P, so it's 0.15 P. Let me bring this back down. Now I need to find P to solve for P, meaning that I need to get P by itself. So I'm going to get rid of this 0.15. To do that, I divide by 0.15. If I divide the right, I do the same thing to the left, divide by 0.15. 0.15 into 7 goes 1, 0.15 into 0.15 goes 1. 1 times P is P, and 240 divided by 0.15 is going to be 1,600. And remember, principal, we're talking about money, so it's going to be $1,600. So basically, Jake deposited $1,600 in his account at the beginning when you open the account. And that is how you use a simple interest formula to calculate principal. Remember, the simple interest formula can be used to calculate the interest, the principal, the time, or the rate. It is based on what the question is asking you for. So you will need to use the information that you are given in the problem to find what you don't know or find what the question is asking you to find.